So today I am super, super excited to be here with Kim Rivers. And Kim recently just finished up my 12-week program. She did awesome. And I want to talk about what Kim is going to help, share her experience both before, during, and after the 12-week program and what she was able to accomplish and all of that. So, I mean, we're talking, 7 pounds, 10 inches, and all right, I'll be quiet and let you talk. So Kim, let's start from the beginning. Before we started working together, where were you at? What was going on with you?
Sure. So I did not have a regular exercise program or workout program, and I was struggling to know what kind of a program to do. I felt like I wanted to do strength training, but had no idea where to even begin, and really wanted to understand enough and get myself going in a routine and on a program that I could do for years and decades. Like I really wanted to solidly set myself up for that. So,
right. Instead of just those quick fix, here, do this for 30 days and right.
yeah.
Right. Makes a big difference. And where were you nutritionally?
I was okay, but not great. I think thought I was better than I was until I started and all of the education each week. And then it gave me a lot to really think about that I hadn't considered before, specifically like the macronutrients and the ratios and percentages of, what those should look like and how to adjust them. And I hadn't considered that before, even though I read labels and nutrition and all of that sort of thing. So I had also been vegan at one point, but had gotten away from that for the past few years. And this was a big boost to go back to doing that. And I hadn't gone in mind. So, but I'm really happy for that change as well.
Oh, nice. That's really nice. So just so people know, you don't need to be vegan to be on my programs. I am vegan, but my clients, are vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, meat eaters, all of that. I love that was helpful for you to help with the nutrition. And yeah, people don't really understand the macronutrient breakdown. And I like how you mentioned that not just the percentages, but how to adjust them for yourself. That makes a big difference.
And how to think about protein, that's not something I had really considered before. So we spent a lot of time in the group coaching talking about that, and then the handout or the modules that you sent us each week. And so I really feel like that was helpful.
Oh, excellent. Great. So when you first got into the group and you started the program, was there anything about as you got into the program, was there anything about it that surprised you that you're like, oh, I had no idea it was going to include this or something unexpected?
I think maybe I didn't realize we would get so much information each week on all of the various topics. Like there were no surprises like, oh my gosh, I didn't know we were going to be doing that. But I didn't realize that all those extra things would be that sort of complement, all about our bodies and things like that. That was really, really interesting.
Oh, well, I'm glad you found it interesting.
Yeah.
Did you find it helpful with the journey? Did it make a difference?
It did. And I saved all of that because I knew like I would in the future, I know I'm going to be thinking about that and be like, what did that say? Because there was one on hormones, of course, on the macronutrients and different things like that. So
Right.
I did speak, like it just gave me something to think about that week as I was either doing my exercises or planning my meals or something like that. So
right.
yeah.
And so what did you accomplish throughout the 12 weeks? Tell us all about your wins.
Yeah, for sure. So for sure, I did have some weight loss, which was great. And I went in, kind of wanting to do that, but I also more so one of my goals was my mindset around strength training and exercise. I don't particularly like to exercise, but I know I need to. So I really wanted to see if I could kind of flip that thinking in my head. And I really liked the strength training. And so I was glad that I really liked it. So that was a big win for me. I think also the meal planning was also a really big win. So I you know, I always have now in my little containers in my refrigerator, I always have like several vegetables that are ready to just fix up and eat.
Nice.
So I don't think about that. I always have some protein that's, you know, doesn't need a whole lot of preparation before I can eat it a little bit, but it's just like, it's all ready to go. And I know right where to reach in my refrigerator to get it. So definitely the meal prep and the realizing what I liked about strength training and
Mhm.
workouts, and then building that into my schedule.
Right. I love that you talk about the strength training so much. And I know like a lot of women will talk about, well, I want to get firmer. I want to be more toned. And that's all the strength training. That's what strength training does. It's not just the nutrition part. And being able to incorporate that in, I think speaks volumes to, I mean, I know because you, like you said, weight loss wasn't a huge part of your goal, but it was part of it. And so you were able to get there in 12 weeks. I mean, obviously, if somebody wants to lose 50 pounds, they're not going to get there in 12 weeks. But I mean, you got down, I think the last measurement I had for you was at the end of April, and it was down 7 pounds, but 10 inches
Yeah.
top of
Yeah.
that.
I noticed the
So,
significant, yeah. I noticed a significant, you know, just change and a little bit of a slight change in the look of my body. And there's one thing that you said that stuck with me, and it was, if you lose weight without the strength training, then you're just a smaller version of yourself.
right, right. It'd be a big pear to a smaller pear, or a bigger apple
Yeah.
to a smaller apple.
And that sort of has stuck with me as kind of a reminder of why I'm doing, there's lots of reasons why to do the strength training, but that's just one of them, that's, you know, going to reshape a little bit more your body.
Excellent. So how do you feel now that you're at your goal? Like, how does that feel?
It feels great to know that it's doable. Like, wow, I actually, it has something that I can achieve. So it feels great. It feels great to look over in my room and see my weights and my stepper and, you know, my resistance bands, like all there waiting for me. It feels good to have done it. It was a
Right.
perfect time of year. It was perfect, you know.
Right. So did you have any reluctance, like when you first started? Was there any fears that you held that were holding you back?
Not really. I think because this is something I've been thinking about for a couple of years. And
Mhm.
so I was just really ready. Um,
Right.
you know, maybe some fears about, well, how am I going to know how much weight I'm supposed to be lifting? And how am I going to know when I'm supposed to switch and when I can go up higher? And how am I going to know how to, but that stuff works itself out as you know, as I went through the modules and things like
Right.
that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff is taught in there.
Yeah.
Right. So if somebody were on the fence and they're thinking, I really should hire a coach. I should get this done. I want to lose the weight, but they have some fears holding them back about, oh, can I really do this? What would you say to them?
I would say it is completely doable. And, you know, we talked in our group coaching a lot about how to make it doable, like splitting up some of of your sessions if you have 15-minute increments throughout the day. So we talked a lot about that, about switching them around to different days. So I would say that it is definitely doable because it's probably for two reasons. One is because you can adapt it to your own schedule. And number two, because of the weekly group coaching, I really enjoyed that, hearing from, you know, the other 4 or 5 women that were in the group, because they were often having similar struggles, and just being able to talk through that.
Yeah, I think the coaching part is a big part. I mean, obviously, everything you need is in the program. Your workouts are there, the modules are all there, the habits that you need to follow. But then to be able to come together as a group, and I keep the group small. They're never more than 10 or 12. And like days like you said, they were only 5.
Mhm.
It made it so that everybody is heard, and everybody. So you, like, any problems that you have or roadblocks, they always end up getting talked through every single week to help find solutions.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it. You did so well. I was so proud of you. But you followed through. You did everything. You followed through. You stuck with it. You checked in each day, and I think that consistency speaks volumes to what you're able to accomplish. But
Yeah.
so, go ahead.
That was definitely a factor. I'm still doing it, but it's a little bit harder right now because I don't have that accountability because
Yeah.
I'm doing it on my own.
There's always the membership.
Yes, I may come back to that too, because that accountability is nice, just knowing that I'm going to go in and check it off like that physical, like, okay, I did it.
Right, when you check things off, it actually like triggers something in your brain. It's like, I think it increases the dopamine or something in your brain when you check things off. That's why people like to-do lists. It's makes a big
Yeah.
difference. All right, so what are your plans moving forward with your workouts and all of this?
Yes. So to keep, so I know them all, and so I've got notes on them all. So I keep doing them each week, and really just to keep going. Like
Does it feel sustainable? I guess that's my question for you. Does it feel sustainable, what you've learned?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it does.
Right.
And both the workouts and the nutrition both feel sustainable, because I feel like the 12 weeks was a long enough time to get in a habit and a routine that then I could continue forward. It wasn't just a few weeks. It was something that, I did that for several weeks. And so I'm not going to just stop. Like now it's just easy to keep going. So
Excellent.
yeah, definitely.
All right, so to wrap things up, how would you summarize, just in a couple of sentences, just summarize where you were when you started and where you are now, and why somebody should do the 12-week program?
Sure. So before, I think I felt like I was stumbling around in the dark, not knowing what to do, but knowing that as I sort of enter into, my 50s and 60s, I know I need some kind of a structure and a routine to follow to keep my body strong, to keep my eating and my nutrition so that it's healthy for me. So I really felt like I was stumbling, not knowing what to do. Going through this gave me all of the tools for all of that. And it's not rigid, so that it's not sustainable, like we just talked about. Like it's flexible, and it's going to change with me as my body changes. And I feel like I know enough to be able to change, or I can join the group and get some more feedback and join the membership and some more training.
Excellent. That is wonderful. Kim, thank you so much for being here. Love celebrating all that you have accomplished. I'm so proud of you, and I'm sure we will be connecting again.
Thank you so much.
All right, Kim, have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.